Viewer discretion is advised.
All I want for Christmas is you to do that.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Three Geeks Flix. Joining me, as always, is the man that looks like he has whatever Michael J. Fox has, the Muse, Justin Kyle. Say hello, everyone, Justin.
Hello, everyone.
Yes, and of course, I am the Tech Mitchell Wright. We're back. We've been apart for a while. Sometimes that's a good sign of things, and sometimes that's not. But either way, we're here for you, and we have a versus. We haven't done one in a while, and so since we haven't done one in a while, I'm going to make the Muse explain to you what a versus is.
So a versus is when I give Mitchell the Tech a couple of scenarios. It may be a trilogy versus trilogy. It may be a character versus character or an actor versus actor. He essentially has to say which one he would win, or in this case, which one he would possibly save. And the one that he would choose to lose and or kill would be forever lost in the universe, like they never existed. Or if it's a battle, they would lose in a epic fight to the death.
Fair enough. That'll work. I don't have anything to add to that. So
I do. Technically, Michael J. Fox had Parkinson's.
I know. I was trying to be nice and not at the same time, and it didn't really work. And like we both said, we're very tired, so this is going to be an interesting episode, okay? So just bear with us. But as I always do, I look to you, good Muse, and say, Justin, give it to me.
Okay, to start off with, this is going to be potentially movies versus movies or franchise versus franchise.
Okay, nothing crazy like I normally do.
No. So, which of these classic 90s Scream Queen movies would win in a save or kill epic fight to the death? That would be the original Scream versus the original I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Scream.
That was the appropriate response. Yeah. So you didn't really have to think about that.
It's
We
like
both know
Scream.
I would probably choose it just as quickly as well. I respect that choice.
Look at
Moving
everything
on.
that it spawned. So, yeah.
That's correct. Which one of these vampire trilogies would win in a epic biting contest to the death? That would be the original Blade trilogy versus the original Underworld trilogy. Now, this one is not that easy for me personally. I did like the first two Blades were awesome, I thought. The third one was okay. It wasn't bad. I could say the exact same about Underworld. The first two were awesome, and the third one wasn't that bad. They weren't game-changing.
No, and the whole Underworld thing kind of wasn't game-changing in total because there's so much that they could have done with that franchise, and they really let it fall off after the second movie. And even the second movie wasn't quite as up to par as the first two. Blade, I liked the third movie. I don't know what everybody's gripe is. I enjoy it. Ryan Reynolds was a delight in that movie. So I'm going to say Blade.
Yeah. I don't think... I'm with you. I feel the exact same way. I don't dislike it. I don't think it's a bad movie.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Rise of the Lycans is the exact same. I don't dislike it. I don't think it's a bad movie. I literally think they're almost the exact same critically, in my opinion, as far as how I would judge them in every way, shape, or form. I can't see an argument for them both in some way changing the game moving forward. Blade was very gritty. It was R-rated. It was one of the first superhero movies that was R-rated.
Yes.
And everything you said about Underworld and what they could have done, I could say the exact same thing for Blade. Blade, they could have done a lot more. So
I give you that.
It is what it is. Okay, Blade. It's a lose-lose. That's one of those ones that I just hate answering.
That's why you ask me.
Okay. That is correct. Moving on. Which one of these cult sci-fi instant classics would you rather wipe out from the universe forever? That would be, and I'm going to go ahead and apologize in advance for this one. That would be Joss Whedon's Serenity or J.J. Abrams' first Star Trek. Now, when I say that, obviously, if you take out JJ's first Star Trek, you would wipe out the others, and that's not really fair because Serenity is not.
It's a one-shot movie, and if you're getting rid of Serenity, you're not necessarily getting rid of the
Firefly.
TV series, right?
In this case, in order to make it fair, you have to do Firefly too. So the entire because Star Trek, they're still coming out. They're still making a Star Trek, the fourth one. So all of Star Trek, which was started by J.J. Abrams, or all of the Firefly universe, including Serenity. That's the only fair way to do it.
I'm saving Firefly because even as little as we got it, it's still a gem. And it cannot be reproduced. Dude, the chemistry in that show, the one season alone, the fan outlash from it being canceled, we at least got Serenity for a little closure. I mean, yeah, I like J.J. Abrams' Star Trek, don't get me wrong, but quite frankly, that series stood alone just fine without it.
Yeah. I like how you combine the word outrage and backlash, and you said the fans outlash.
I did, and I meant every bit of it.
That seemed intentional. Kudos for that. Okay, that's just one that just sucks. You know, like, yeah, I agree with you. You have very logical arguments, so kudos, but still. Okay, now this one is pretty hard for me. It is. Which one of these cult classic sci-fi classics would be forever wiped out of the sky? That would be the original Tommyknockers versus Fire in the Sky. Both similar subject matter. Tommyknockers, of course, is a Stephen King inspired. Fire in the Sky is a classic, man. I remember that growing up. Both of those movies scared me out of my mind. You know what I mean? So it's tough. I don't know which one. Good luck with that. That should not be an easy answer for anyone.
No, it's not, and I'm having to do some thinking back and everything back in the day. And it's honestly kind of a crapshoot, really. It just depends what you feel like on one day or the other, of which one you choose. But, I'm going to save Tommyknockers just because it's King. Even though Fire in the Sky is a tough one to get rid of.
Fire in the Sky, man. That's such a gritty movie, though.
You would have said the same thing if I would have picked Fire in the Sky, so I don't want to hear it.
True that. Okay, moving on. Which one of these time-traveling cult classics would you remove from the time machine?
Oh, God.
The Back to the Future, the original trilogy, versus the original Terminator trilogy. Now, here's the thing.
I'm going to piss some people off because I know my answer.
Well, here's the thing. I think I know what your answer is, too. I'm pretty sure.
You should.
Now, here's the thing. Terminator is going to keep going.
Yeah.
And Back to the Future, Robert Zemeckis has said they're not going to remake it or continue it over his dead body. It's his exact quote. Which, sure enough, I guarantee when he dies, what do you think the studio's going to do?
Yeah.
Now, the first two Back to the Futures, as is the first Terminators, were groundbreaking.
Mm-hmm.
The third Terminator, not so much. The third Back to the Future, not so much. If we look at the trilogy versus trilogy, they have a similar peak.
Like most trilogies.
And I mean, both of them launched the career. Both caused signature performances from their leads.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is what I associate with Arnold. This is for sure what I associate with Michael J. Fox. It's tough, man. And they're so different. That's the other thing. But they're both very intelligent. One is good, heartfelt comedy. One is crazy sci-fi action. This sucks. This one sucks. I would hate to be asked this one. I'm glad I'm not asking.
Because you suck.
Kidding. Yeah. So which one?
I'm going to say Back to the Future.
I thought you were going to say Terminator. Oh, my God.
I'm going to say Back to the Future. This is a warm blanket for me. This is a 10. This movie can never be done, and after what I said earlier in the show, I owe Michael J. Fox one.
Yeah. I have a feeling Michael J. Fox will be brought up again before this episode is over.
Just a foreboding comment right there.
Moving forward. There's no intention behind that. It's just something that I just said. I don't know why I said it. Moving forward. Which one of these blends of ahead of their time movies would you erase with a pencil? That would be Who Framed Roger Rabbit versus Brad Pitt in Cool World. Remember that movie, Cool World?
I would erase Cool World because Brad Pitt was about the lightest thing in it. It could have been so much more. It could have been the more adult-geared, full-out, heavy metal-esque movie we wanted that we didn't get. Saving Roger Rabbit, erasing Cool World.
You know, I gotta admit, Who Framed Roger Rabbit is definitely more of a cult classic.
It's a 10.
Yeah, I mean, it did change. Robert Zemeckis, that's his. I mean, it was a game changer.
Yeah.
But Cool World just has a special place in my heart. That's the thing.
It's a guilty pleasure, I bet.
That one awesome. That one also sucks.
Yeah, I mean, Cool World's all right, but it's not Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I mean, that was gold in a bottle that got captured from a lightning strike that was purple that flew out of a unicorn's ass.
Literally, that's what happened in the movie.
I mean, just saying.
Yeah. Okay. That one was a little fun, as is this one. Which one of these precious mid-'90s, late to '80s to mid-'90s family TV shows that are warm blankets would you dunk under ice water? All Out Battle to Death. This is it. Growing Pains versus Full House versus Seventh Heaven.
Well, I'd dunk under the water Seventh Heaven easy. Yeah, get rid of that one.
As you should. That is more of a comedy than anything. If you go back and you watch Seventh Heaven now, I guarantee you're laughing your ass off through most of it. And not in the way they intend you to.
The other two, was it Fuller House and Growing Pains?
Full House.
Full House, not Fuller House, Full House.
Right. Full House versus Growing Pains.
I'm sorry, Full House comes out on top. I mean, I love growing Pains, don't get me wrong, but man, you just can't. Full House was just an amazing mesh of actors and characters and story and coming of age with funny and heartfelt moments. I mean, it's classic, iconic 80s, 90s stuff, man.
Right. I agree. It's kind of like that argument, which one of these classic cowboy westerns would win? Wyatt Earp versus Tombstone. It's like, Wyatt Earp's okay.
But it's no Tombstone. Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's going up against Full House. That's the problem.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Moving on to people/characters/actors. Which one of these two iconic actors would you erase all of their characters from existence forever? That would be, both of them, in my opinion, are American treasures. That would be Tom Hanks versus DDL.
Tom Hanks versus Daniel Day-Lewis.
Now, obviously, DDL has more Oscars. Critically, he probably is rated better. Tom Hanks has a lot more iconic roles. Worldwide, I'd say global iconic roles. And he has 2 Oscars. DDL has 3.
Man,
that should not be easy, man. That should not be an easy choice.
It's not. And I've sat there and I've gone through all the movies in the back of my head, and it's like they're all amazing. And I'm going to make people mad, and they're going to tell me I'm wrong. But, you know, some of these movies were movies of my childhood, and I've got to save. And it's Tom Hanks. Daniel Day-Lewis, Last of the Mohicans, amazing. Gangs of New York, absolutely fantastic. Don't get me wrong.
There will be blood. There will be blood. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, come on. Movies like Big, Forrest Gump. Forget about it.
A League of Their Own. Saving Private Ryan.
There's no crying in baseball. So. There's no crying in baseball. So I mean, come on. We wouldn't have things like that. Moving along.
All right. That one, I'm sorry about that one.
You should be sorry for a few of them.
I'm also sorry about this one. Okay.
No,
which one of these iconic characters would you deny audiences forever? That would be Jack Nicholson's Joker versus Tim Curry's Pennywise. It's probably the hardest one on the list so far. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, you do have one credit. You do have one credit for this, by the way.
I'm not going to cop out.
You.
I'm not going to cop out. Our viewers deserve more.
Good for
You don't necessarily, but our viewers do.
Yes, they do.
So, Pennywise or the Joker?
So essentially, we're talking the original gangsters of killer clowns from the 90s. Batman came out, the first Batman was 89, but that didn't sound cool with that one line.
I'm going to have to save the Joker.
See, I wouldn't, man.
I know
and here's why.
I know you wouldn't, and I know why. I've seen the pictures. You and your family are idaholics.
It's not necessarily only that. I have logical reasons that you may agree with. In fact, I may can change your mind. Here's the thing. Hear me out. Jack Nicholson's The Joker was great for that time.
Mm-hmm.
But he was Jack Nicholson in makeup. He didn't have any accent. He didn't have any other characteristics. That's all it is. Tim Curry transformed. As did Heath Ledger, as did Bill Skarsgård. Jack Nicholson, literally, he sounded like Jack Nicholson. He laughed like Jack Nicholson. He was crazy like Jack Nicholson. Tim Curry was not Tim Curry.
Yeah, but see, the thing is that was like probably one of the most iconic roles, especially superhero villain roles of the 90s, that helped open the door for a darker, more realistic superhero-like movie. Before then, you had all this campy crap that was not well produced, didn't have any great effects value to it whatsoever. Everything relied on action heroes until then.
Right.
And horror was doing just fine, I'm sorry to say, in the 90s with Freddy and Jason and Michael and everyone in between.
Well, that's the counter-argument.
80s
I mean,
and
the
90s.
counter-argument, that would be it. So you're going with Jack Nicholson.
I'm going with Jack.
Now, would you say that was the hardest one so far?
No.
I mean, no? Okay.
No, I'm not going to lie to you, no.
This has been an interesting one. It's been unexpected. I like it. I like where we're going. Okay, which of these two characters would win in an ultimate fight to the death? And there's a reason why I picked them. That would be Daredevil versus Nightwing. Both of them are ninjas. Both of them use batons. Daredevil has a actual superpower. He is blind, but with radar. Essentially, he has ultimate sight.
He has echolocation, yeah.
Nightwing has a superpower because he studied under Batman.
Because he was friends with a rich guy.
No.
That's pretty much what you're saying.
He studied under Batman. That's why he has a superpower.
Oh. Dude,
Nightwing's bad.
The echolocation may give him a little bit of an edge, but then again, the League of Shadows, to move and not be seen or heard was kind of one of the big things. It's what Nightwing, it's what Batman does, and all this other stuff. I'm going to think that Nightwing is going to be able to use that to his advantage because he's slouch, and I think he's going to be able to take care of Daredevil. So I'm going to say Nightwing.
I like the logic. I agree.
It's just how I feel.
It would be a good fight. I think that would be like a really close fight, in fairness. Because I like both of them, as you do. Okay, last one.
Okay.
This is the last one.
Last one.
Now, this could be, it probably won't, but it has to potentially be the hardest one. And an all-out fight to the death.
Okay.
Which one of these two mega beasts would win in a fight? Chuck Norris versus Liam Neeson.
Chuck Norris wins every fight. Even if it is Liam Neeson. Liam Neeson should kiss the ground that Chuck Norris walks on. And I love Liam Neeson. My son is named after Liam Neeson, for God's sakes. And I'm still telling you that Chuck Norris wins. Chuck Norris, ladies and gentlemen, as we all know, when he does push-ups, he doesn't push himself up. He pushes the world down.
You're damn right he does.
When Liam Neeson calls and he thinks he's threatening somebody for taking his daughter and he finds out she went on a date with Chuck Norris, he says he's sorry.
He says, "Thank you, sir. You can have another."
And that's all I have to say about that.
Chuck Norris wins every fight.
Every fight.
Chuck Norris versus Bruce Lee.
It's a close one, but Chuck. Close. It's very close. And that's only because, Chuck is an American treasure.
Okay.
But so is Bruce Lee in a way. Though most of his movies were filmed in Hong Kong.
I guess this is where we break up.
When were we ever dating?
I gotta go by. That's all the list I got. That's all of it. It was very thought out. It took me a couple of weeks to get this. Believe it or not, it took me a couple of weeks to think of it. But I like your answers. They were very original, logical, and most importantly, they were unpredictable. You got me on a couple that I swore I knew what you were going to pick. So thank you for that.
I'm glad to surprise. I think it's probably because I'm so tired. So, other than that, check us out on Facebook. 3 Geeks Flix. Give us a like, comment, holler, troll us. You don't do Facebook? We've got Twitter. It's at the number 3 Geeks Flix. Flix is, of course, spelled Flix. Give us a follow there. Give us a holler there. And troll there, folks. Get involved. Get on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. Let other people know to subscribe. Check us out. Holler at us. Let us know what you want to see, what you think. Please do give us a like. We appreciate all the love and support that we can get. Look at me, and then look at Muse, and you can see that the Muse with me is trying to fight an uphill battle because, quite frankly, he can't carry the show being the pretty one all the time.
Right.
And all he has to say is right. For the one time that I don't sit there and, say something deprecating to you, you just are like, yeah, I like this.
I mean, I'm glad you said it because now I don't have to.
We really are breaking up. But anyways, appreciate y'all sticking around and stay tuned to the glow of those monitors because we're going to catch you next time. Good night. And we're out.
Okay, listen. Did you know Michael J. Fox can never play the game Operation? Because
Stop it. Why don't you look at me? Thank you. That'll work.
Have you ever looked at Keanu Reeves and watching, not necessarily in a movie, just watching him do an interview, and you're like, I bet he smells good. I should paraphrase what is going on in my head.
No, you shouldn't. Are you ready? I'm gonna just ask it. Are you ready?
You haven't asked me that in a while. One day, I just want you to say, are you ready? And then when I say yes, you say, okay. Hello, everyone. And just start off like that. That's all I want. In fact, that's what I want for Christmas. That's all I want for Christmas. When we do a Christmas episode, I want you to say that. Say, hey, are you ready? And I'll say, yes, Mitchell, I'm ready. And you say, okay, Justin, here we go.
That's all you want for Christmas.
All I want for Christmas is you to do that.
Hello, everyone, and welcome.